Hi, my name is Megan Bohannon,
And I'm Casey Blackburn.
and we are part of the team here at Pediatric Therapy, speech language pathologist, and we wanted to come to you today just giving a couple of strategies and tips for making Halloween a more accessible holiday for kids with a variety of communication needs. So let's talk about some strategies ranging from kids who are more verbal to maybe kids who are nonverbal or minimally verbal. So children that are maybe more verbal but struggle with things like fluency, stuttering, difficulty getting words out, or maybe even apraxia using longer sentences. Something that you could think about using is a sentence starter or script that the child uses as their own resource, just to help make it more predictable and practice and know exactly what they want to say ahead of time. And having a spot for each word, again, just as it builds in complexity, having a spot where they can tap out. So I want a treat. Maybe having a symbol of a treat here. You can edit this your own way. You could just have simple dots showing that a word goes in each spot. It could be, can I have a treat, or trick or treat, what have you. Something, again, that just makes it more predictable. That's a reference for them to help take the pressure off and make them feel more comfortable as they're communicating at the door. Another thing to think about, maybe kids who are verbal but more minimally verbal, have less language. Instead of expecting the full script, let's condense that to maybe just the most important words we want to put in the message. So instead of expecting trick or treat, can I have a piece of candy? Maybe we would just practice with them, want treat or treat please. The most important thing is getting the communication intent across. It doesn't have to be in that full sentence as long as we're giving them a functional mode of expressing what they're wanting.
So that's for kids that are minimally verbal. Now we'll move on to the kids that are nonverbal. We don't want to put a lot of pressure on these kids because speaking is something that's really hard for them to begin with. So a good thing to use might be this card that they can hand out to people at the houses. So instead of putting pressure for them to say something, they can hand this piece of paper to the people at the door so that they know, hey, I am wanting a treat, but I can't say it right now. Another way that nonverbal kids can request treats would be by using some sort of speech generating device. Putting two choices makes it very simple for them to be more accurate with requesting, so they can walk up to the door and click
trick or treat.
Then the people give them their candy, and when they leave,
Thank you.
say thank you. Then that gives the people at the house an opportunity to know they're still participating in trick-or-treating as well. If you don't have the resources to use the handouts or a speech generating device, simple sign language could be a good way to have kids request. So if you don't know the sign for trick-or-treat, when the kid knocks on the door, they could just say thank you when they get their piece of candy. That way they're still being polite and people know that they're still participating in the trick-or-treating.
And as that caregiver, parent accompanying them trick-or-treating, if it's a mode that maybe the person handing out the candy doesn't know, make sure that you're there to help interpret that for that person. So if you know that this is thank you, you can help be that child's voice too in that moment. Oh, they're telling you thank you. Just helping providing that education for the people who are giving out those treats.
It's really important to practice these methods with your child before you jump out and just start trick-or-treating. Maybe practicing at home or practicing with grandparents or caregivers so that the kids feel comfortable in using these different modes.
And since a big holiday like Halloween does tend to put a lot of pressure on our children who are learning a variety of communication modes, let's honor them when they say they're all done. Or instead of expecting them to go to every house, maybe work with them to find something that feels more comfortable, maybe choosing 3 neighbors that they know well, going there and then finishing the routine. So we want this to be an enjoyable holiday for everyone, and we really want to honor our kids who are wanting to participate and wanting to learn how to participate, but not putting too much stress or pressure on them as they do so.
Yes, making it fun for everybody.
And if you're one of the people handing out the treats, seeing that the child is doing what they can to participate and not expecting that every kid asks in the same way, but learning from each other that we can all participate and it may just look a little bit different.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, and please come back and look for more tips and tricks from Pediatric Therapies.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching.